Hello, everybody. It is Friday, January the 10th, 2025, and it's time for a brand new episode of AMA Air. Coming up today, it is our 10th anniversary year for AMA Air. We're going to tell you all about it.
I'm going to share some stories for pilots flying into the new year.
And we've got some very special awards and Hall of Fame inductees to tell you about. All that and more coming up today on AMA Air. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of AMA Air. We are sponsored today by XSRC and HSDJETSUSA. Lee Ray, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here with me again this week.
Man, that was some fancy new intro we've got on our show.
Heck yeah. Everything looks a little bit different now. I hope everybody's enjoying it. I know we worked really hard behind the scenes to give the AMA Air a fresh coat of paint for its now 10th anniversary year.
10 years.
We are beginning our 10-year anniversary of AMA Air. We started this show back in 2015. It was, I'll indulge me for a second, Lee, if you don't mind. So,
your show, buddy.
Back in 2015, I came on board on staff at AMA, and one of the things that I was kind of initially tasked with was to create and launch a show that allowed us to give news and information to our members in a little bit more timely fashion than we were used to doing. So we had the magazine that obviously with print magazines, we have a lead time of a couple of months, and we wanted to be able to bring stuff a little bit more timely to our members. And we looked at a lot of sources of inspiration for this. We looked at, network news. We looked at tech news. We looked at even news shows that were within kind of our sphere of the aviation industry, and AOPA Live. I don't know, for those of you that are familiar with AOPA Live, that was one of our big pieces of inspiration that we pulled from. And what we did was we came up with this show, AMA Air, as a way to kind of connect with our members in a different way than we have before. And I just am stunned that it's lasted 10 years, that we've gotten this far. I certainly never thought that I would be in front of the camera doing stuff for this show. I was behind the camera, and I was perfectly happy doing that. Didn't think I'd be one of the hosts of the show at the end of the day. Lee, I don't know what your earliest kind of experiences with watching the show. I'm sure you didn't think you'd be hosting this show at one point in time.
No. I mean, it was informative news, and when you were doing your live stuff, you chime in and pick on you. And I just remember the first time we were invited was when we were doing the takeovers. So the RC Roundtable did a takeover of AMA Air, and we had a blast. And I think a lot of the people who follow the show, who subscribe to our YouTube channel and get a catch of the show, have really enjoyed it. We've had great conversations. So I know we have had good response from people who say, yeah, I'm glad you guys, shared that. And not to mention, we have a lot of fun. We give a lot of information. But when it came to some serious issues, especially when it was government related, we had a lot of people join in, and that's where they got their news.
Yeah, and that was the big thing. We were entering in, we're going back to 2015 at this point. We were going into a period where we were having a lot of government related updates that were coming down pretty frequently, right? And that was one of the things we wanted to be able to get out to our members as quickly as we possibly could, quicker than what the magazine, I think, was really able to do. And that's one of the big impetuses for us to actually start this show. I think it's worked. I think looking back at some of those episodes where we would have our government affairs folks on the show and giving those updates, we got a lot of great response from that, and a lot of really good feedback from our members saying thank you for giving us this information, and thank you for providing it to us, in a way that we can easily understand. So it's been a lot of fun, I have to say, and the show has had a lot of different looks over the years. The format has shifted a little bit. When we first started, we had Aaron Dobbs and Chris Savage were our first two hosts of the show, and I was literally scripting out everything and sticking it in a teleprompter for them. And I'm sure it was nice for them because they didn't have to do a whole lot on their end of stuff. They just had to come in and read it, and so they were always very thankful for that, I think. But we've kind of shifted over to this slightly more relaxed format, I think.
Slightly.
Yeah. Full disclosure, it's it this way. Not because of the host, but because of,
Well, I would say I think I enjoy the relaxed chatting, so that's just, it makes it fun, and it tries to bring the tense situation down a little bit, again, this is a fun hobby. We should be having fun talking about it.
Absolutely. So with that, what we're going to do throughout 2025 is we're going to be sharing clips with you guys from past shows, kind of reliving some of the past moments from AMA Air, so you can get an idea of where we came from to where we are now. And we're going to share a quick clip for you guys from our very first episode of AMA Air, all the way back in October of 2015. So here we go. Let's take a look.
Hi, everybody. My name is Aaron Dobbs.
And I'm Chris Savage. Welcome to AMA Air. Coming up today, Model Aviation contributor Joe Haas sits down with Tuskegee Airman Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Jefferson.
We take a look back at National Model Aviation Day festivities here at AMA headquarters.
And we'll see how the Rochester Air Modeling Society is helping one of their own. Thanks again for joining us for our debut episode of AMA Air.
We're excited to be bringing you the top air modeling news from around the world on the first of every month. So make sure you click the subscribe button and you will...
I have to go back and watch it. I'm not sure I ever saw the first episode, and I'm already excited. I got to go back. I mean, and you can do that, by the way, with any of our AMA episodes. Go check our playlist on our YouTube channel. And after this, I'm going to go check it out.
Heck yeah. I remember that first episode. I remember putting that episode together, and the interview we did with Alexander Jefferson, the Lieutenant Colonel, if you guys haven't heard his story, he was a Tuskegee Airman. He was captured during the war. It's a fascinating story. He tells that in that interview. We actually have an extended interview. So if you watch the show and you're like, wow, I want to hear more, it's a 30-minute uncut extended interview that we did with him that we cut down for that first episode of AMA Air. You can find that on our YouTube channel as well. I'm pretty sure it's linked in the description.
I'm already going to say, I think we need to add that description or that link in the description for this episode.
Yeah,
because I think a lot of people are going to go, I need to click on that, because I will.
We're making more work for our producer Bryce, and I'm sure he appreciates it. But I think it's a great idea.
Welcome to 2025, Bryce.
But yeah, so it's funny, seeing that. I mean, Erin, she looks like a baby in that. It's so fun to go back and look at videos from 10 years ago and kind of reminisce a little bit. But yeah, that was our very first episode, again back in October of 2015. Man, it's been a crazy 10 years. We're excited to celebrate 10 years of AMA Air. We're going to be doing that throughout the rest of this year. On every episode, we'll share a clip from a different episode and kind of give you a look back on some of the fun times that we've had over the past 10 years. Well, let's switch gears a little bit. Let's talk about 2025. It's obviously the brand new year. Lee, I'm assuming, and because I already know the answer to this, you've already made your first flights for the year.
I've made a couple of first flights. Woo! I've been I had to dust off some models, but I did, and it leads into our next topic, which is flying into the new year. We had a lot of clubs respond to our AMA weekly email that went out that asking people to submit photos from their event, and we got a lot, and we're still getting more. And by the way, if you're getting them, there's also a link on our Facebook page that we've shared this blog post, and some people are adding their photos. So please do so. And I've always heard about it as the frozen finger fly-in. Now, because being the social media manager, we've done this in years past, and I've shared the frozen finger aspect. And I will tell you, this is the first year I've ever flown on New Year's Eve into New Year's. I just never did it. I guess I'm just getting old and I want to go to bed early. And avoid
hold on. Explain that, because I just want to make sure everybody's aware of what you mean by that.
Absolutely. So there's flying on New Year's, there's flying on New Year's Day, but then there's flying from 2024 or flying from New Year's Eve into the New Year's, which is taking off at 11:56, 57, flying around and crossing into the new year and then landing. And so our club has done this before. This was, I think, their 4th year. I just have not attended, so I apologize, but I am so glad I went this year. I actually have a photo I'm going to share on the screen. This is my eFlight Night Brave, and it is an all LED lit, foamy airplane. I've flown it many times, and so I was just, glad I could have something to fly. But this was the group that was at my club, Northwest Houston RC in Katy Hockley, Texas. And it was a fun time. We had over 30 people there. There were a lot of families that just wanted to hang out with us. We didn't have fireworks or anything. Everybody around our horizon was doing it for us. So it was just a lot of fun to go up in the air and just fly with your friends. And it was cold. I said it. I know I'm in Texas. I know we're way down here, but it was really cold. So I did have some frozen fingers. I can say I experienced it. Nothing like my friends up north. Nothing like my buddy Terry Dunn, who was flying in the cold. But I'm going to add something that was fun is that my son, Austin, is down from college. He brought his GoPro, and he loves to do time-lapse photography. So this was a flight I did with my Pawnee, my Night Pawnee Brave. And then this is a video, I didn't do it. I hand launched it for him. But this is a shot with his Radian.
Wow.
His Night Radian. So we had a good time out there, and I want to thank everybody who submitted their photos and stories. Again, you can go to modelaircraft.org and go check out our blog page, and you can see the post there. And if not, if you're on Facebook, go check out the post and add your own content and comments. We'd love to hear your stories.
Yeah, please do. Please comment down below. If you went out on New Year's Eve and flew into the new year, we'd love to hear that story and share those photos and stuff with us too, because we love seeing those as well. I have not yet done a New Year's flight. I need to put that on my list of things to do for next year. Obviously it's a little colder here than it is in Texas, as you pointed out, but
just a wee bit. And just for fun, I'll say it was nice to have both my boys go out the next day on New Year's and actually just enjoy some flying. We had much better weather, the next day, and that's just a lot of fun. So I hope you guys are all enjoying the weather where you can. And, if you can't, go back to building.
That's right.
There's some time to go back in the hobby shop and build stuff.
It is building season here in Indiana right now. That's for sure.
Exactly.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a couple of really special awards to announce here on the show. If you haven't seen it on our blogs, we wanted to let you guys know that we've announced the Carl and Beth Goldberg, Vital People Award winners for 2024. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's members who go above and beyond to support model aviation, our clubs and our members. They usually do this quietly, sometimes in the background, and often ask for very little in return other than maybe the occasional thank you. They might be club officers, newsletter editors, or even members who raise their hands at club meetings and volunteer to pull things together for the club picnics, the fly-ins, and other events. The Carl and Beth Goldberg Vital People Award winners for 2024 go to Bobby Alessi from District 2, Murray Bogman from District 5, Brandon Hall from District 6, Frank Gagliardi from District 10, and James Selipek from District 11. So we want to congratulate all of those winners of the Carl and Beth Goldberg Vital People Award for 2024. But that's not all, because we also have the AMA Model Aviation Hall of Fame inductees every year, and we wanted to share with you guys who ended up being inducted into the AMA Model Aviation Hall of Fame this year. Those inductees include Bruce Tharp, Curtis Kitteringham, Dr. Larry Fogel, Gordon Larson, Jim Monaco, and John Kukan. So we want to congratulate all of those incredible folks that have been now inducted into the AMA Model Aviation Hall of Fame.
Congratulations.
Absolutely. Well, we also want to let you guys know that this month's episode of AMA Air is brought to you by XSRC and HSD Jets USA. Are you an RC enthusiast seeking top-tier aircraft? Well, look no further than XSRC and HSD Jets USA, your premier destination for high-quality radio-controlled planes and jets. Based in Dallas, Texas, XSRC and HSD Jets USA offers a diverse selection of models, including turbine jets, electric ducted fan jets, and propeller planes, all shipped directly from their U.S. warehouse. Their lineup features impressive models like the 2,000mm Super Viper FRP turbine jet, known for its hybrid design and exceptional flight characteristics, and the HF-16 V2.1 foam turbine jet, celebrated for its agility and performance. XSRC and HSD Jets USA is committed to delivering outstanding customer service and after-sales support, ensuring you have a seamless experience from purchase to flight. Elevate your RC adventures with XSRC and HSD Jets USA's innovative and meticulously crafted aircraft. Visit hsdjetsusa.com today to explore their full range and take your passion to new heights. Thank you so much, HSD Jets and XSRC, for supporting AMA Air this month and by sponsoring us on the show. And, you know, one of the things that we are really proud of in our Model Aviation magazine, if you guys read the magazine every month, which we certainly hope that you do, is we have columns from each of our district vice presidents. We call it the AMA District News in the magazine. And we've done something special starting this month. We have started to publish those district news articles on modelaviation.com. So if you go to modelaviation.com/district-news, you can see those district columns starting with the January 2025 issue, and we'll be hopefully filling some of those back issues throughout the year, but we're going to start from here moving forward, and you'll be able to read those online anytime you want, and we're looking forward to getting more eyeballs on that column. Well, Lee, let's talk about the Club of the Month. As you guys know, we always like to talk about our Club of the Month here on AMA Air, and it's time to find out who is the January Club of the Month.
Well, I apologize now, but I got to say the stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. I would have sung it, put my boots on, and get my cowboy hat, but that's about as much as I'll do. But it is, in fact, the Heart of Texas Miniature Aircraft Club, known as Hot Mac for us Texans. It's almost in the center. It's in Waco, Texas. And, I'm going to give my great state of Texas some love. I was looking back at some clubs of the month, and I've noticed we were a little lacking in the Texas, and we have a lot of great clubs here. But Hot Mac is one of those very popular. They have tons of events. For me, it's I know there's a lot of Warbird events that they do up there. A lot of guys, head up there for some fly-ins. I haven't had a chance to go up there yet. I did plan to do a couple of events, and just the weather, went south, so I didn't get to go. But it is such a really nice looking club. I'm going to scroll down here for the page that we've got, but look at that gorgeous setup with that asphalt runway, the pit area, a huge area for parking for like RVs. Because again, they do host several events. And they do some pylon racing too. This is some other photos. I don't think that's an older photo, but they still do a lot of racing. I'm going to do a shout out. That's my buddy Grant Schroeder. Great. I say young pilot, but he's a young man now, and I can't wait to see your Tiger Cat, Grant. So keep me posted when you do that maiden, because I want to photograph that. And I believe this is my buddy Michael Rosnick's helicopter. I could be wrong, but boy, that just looks like something he would have flown. If it's not, this is perfect. You guys can correct me, but I just went their webpage. But we always talk about web pages, and again, good job, guys. This is the Hot Mac website. A lot of good information. They've got the weather status there, a listing of their events. They are a gold leader club. And I just want to step in and say this club in particular is one of those few that we have that is a remote ID exemption. And this is because they're in controlled airspace. And I know we had a tough time getting their approval, but I want to say we fought tooth and nail for them. Well, we were always discussing this club. We knew that they needed it, and we got it. And so, again, we should be very proud of the work we've done to keep this club very active. They have over 150 members, and again, great job, guys. You also have a wonderful Facebook page, so you can check them out there. And again, congratulations to Hot Mac.
We always, I feel like, we mentioned the website, and it's become kind of an inside joke to a certain degree of like, I always love a good website, but I do what it's so important for clubs to realize is your website and your social media presence. That's your first, impression for new potential club members, and to have something that's nice and clean and well presented for folks, and lots of information there for about your club. That's so important for people looking at your club to potentially come join and be part of your group. So I congratulate the Heart of Texas Miniature Aircraft Club. You guys are doing a great job, and we appreciate everything that you do for the hobby. And congratulations on being named the January 2025 Club of the Month. Well, of course, one of the other things we like to do on this show is talk about our IFlyAMA Facebook group. If you guys are not yet part of the IFlyAMA Facebook group, go to facebook.com/groups/IFlyAMA and click the join button. You'll answer a couple of questions and become part of our wonderful community that we have there in that Facebook group. And one of the things we like to do is talk about our contest. We run a contest there every single month to decide what's the photo that's going to be gracing our cover photo slot for the following month. And we've got a brand new one to start off 2025. Lee, what do we got as our cover photo contest winner?
So this is a photo of a beautiful T-28. It was photographed by Michael Cox, but the owner or the pilot is Griffin Hemling. And it's a great addition to our collection. And he's, if you look there, he's already got a nice comment there from Alex. And this is what we like to have fun doing, is share your aircraft. I will say that it was a little low for December, probably because people were traveling and, doing other things. But I also want to thank all the repeat winners who bring other photos in. We typically will find someone who's new to provide them with the chance to have the cover photo. But I want to say you can always submit more photos. Sometimes we have some interesting photos, hilarious photos that people just chat about. It's a good conversation piece. It's a water cooler moment. But I do hope that you guys, if you're not on our Facebook page, please go join that group. I will check you in if you're legit, and have fun with it. It's it's the end of the month. We go through, we check the likes and comments, and we pick a winner. And this is a beautiful photo. So again, a shout out to Michael Cox. I've seen your work before, and this is a great snapshot that I believe you took at an event. And Griffin, congratulations for being part of the winning group.
It's a great photo. Lee and I, as photographers, I think, we look at these photos with kind of a certain level of appreciation that, maybe not everybody does. It's really hard to take a shot like that. I mean, don't you agree, Lee? Like it's
coming at you. Got to focus,
Yeah, that's not an easy thing to do, and I'm impressed. It's a great photo. Really impressed by the work there, Michael. Nice job indeed. Well, of course, we're going to have another cover photo contest for the month of February. The post is already up there at the IFlyAMA Facebook group. Again, facebook.com/groups/IFlyAMA. If you haven't joined, go there to join today and submit your photo to be considered for the cover photo next month. We got a few quick deadlines that we wanted to let you guys know about. The UAS for STEM team registration. If you guys aren't, if you're interested in the UAS for STEM competition, rather, you can head over to their website, and that deadline to register is February the 1st. So it's coming up in just a couple of short weeks away. We also have the AMA scholarship application deadline is scheduled for February the 3rd. So you have until February the 3rd to get those applications in for the AMA scholarship. Lee, I know your son was a former scholarship winner. There's lots of scholarship money to be given out, so be sure to go check that out on the website as well and get those scholarship applications in. And then, of course, the final deadline, or not deadline, but date that we want to tell you about is the registration for the 2025 National Air Modeling Championships. Registration opens February the 1st. So you can go to modelaircraft.org/NATS and learn all about the 2025 National Air Modeling Championships. And on February the 1st, you can get your registrations in for the events that you want to compete in. And we hope to see you out at the IAC next year for the outdoor Nats, or in Johnson City for the indoor Nats next year. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I say next year. It's this year. What am I talking about? We're already in 2025.
We just turned the corner there. It's okay.
Yeah, you know what? There's a grace period, right, of time where you're allowed to screw up what the date is and what
you're caught off as Monday.
Yeah, that is. I get a few more days. Again, February 1st is when registration opens for that, and we'll be sure to talk about that on our social media channels as that date approaches, and we'll probably give you a nice reminder next month on the show as well. Lee, there it is, our first show of 2025.
We did it.
We did it. We made it through. We want to thank all of you guys at home for watching here on the show. If you have not yet joined the AMA, we encourage you to go check out modelaircraft.org/join and find out a little bit about what the AMA can do for you. And of course, if you're watching the show and you've enjoyed it, we'd love it if you leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the things that they tell you to do. And we'd love to have you do that. It'll help us out a ton. Lee, I hope I get to see you again next month here on the show, right?
I hope so. I plan to be here. Unless I'm flying, unless I'm out somewhere, because I'd like to do some traveling and visit more events. We had a great time last year. I know that you will be attending some events this year, so I may be hosting the show alone. You might be out there partying, so hope to see you guys out there.
That's actually a good point to let you guys know about. We're going to be doing some fun things throughout the year. We're doing this slightly new format on the show. We're going to be bringing you some more content from on location, I think, because as Lee mentioned, we're going to be doing a little bit more traveling this year to some events to come meet all of you guys, and we'll bring you some content from some of those venues as well. Well, we also want to also thank XSRC and HSDJETSUSA for sponsoring this month's episode of AMA Air. We can't do it without support of folks like you, so thank you so much for that. And with that, Lee, it's been real, but let's kick it off and we'll move on to 2025 together. Let's do it.
Let's have a great year.
All right. Take care, everyone. We'll see you next month on AMA Air.